All right. And okay, everyone, we may have some technical difficulties because for some reason, when you want to do something, technology doesn't work with you. But Juan's going to be my backup, so we're fine. Welcome to the 2024 Popkin Sale Kernel Kickoff. Juan, you want to talk about our theme?
Hi, everyone. My name is Juan Ramirez. I am the Reyes Adobe District Associate and this year's Popcorn Staff Advisor. This year, we're going to be going and having the 2024 POP-lympics. That is our theme for this year's popcorn sale. I'm really excited. It kind of coincides with the actual Olympics happening, so I'm excited to see how we can tie those two in together.
And I'm Gary Keeley. I'm the Council Popcorn Colonel, the Bill Hart Popcorn Colonel, and then this year I'm also going to be Troop 609's Popcorn Colonel. So to start out with, this is your contact list. Again, this presentation will be on the WLACC popcorn page, so you'll be able to go back to it and refer to it. But obviously, I'm the popcorn colonel for the council. Jolene Jones is the district colonel for Antelope Valley. I'm the district colonel for Bill Hart. Elaine Harry is the district colonel for Reyes Adobe. And then Dylan Giliberto, who is a district associate, is going to handle the popcorn issues for Campo de Coenga. Blake Nettleson, which is your district director, is going to handle the district issues for Crescent Bay. And then Juan introduced himself. He's the council staff advisor. Then besides all those resources, you can also email directly to TrailsN at support@trailsn.com. All right.
All right. So this year we do have a couple of different TrailsN links. So once we get the PowerPoint posted, we will be able to directly get these links. So you don't have to worry about having to write these links down or anything like that. They're going to be directly put into this PowerPoint when it gets sent to everyone.
And just for the new colonels, the scouts have their own sign-on. Unit leaders have their own sign-on in system. And then consumers that go to the website, they have their own. So just FYI, as a unit leader, either your prior popcorn colonel, if you're new and your unit is already registered on the system, can send you an invite to get access, or you can contact me and I can get you access to your leader page if you don't have it now. So
we're going to move on.
Yep. And then, just to reiterate some of the great news from the 2023, we'd just like to recognize our top 5. In total sales, with an amazing numbers, Troop 609 did $22,309. Pack with Kevin McDonald, Pack 48, $22,449 with Natasha Saucedo. Pack 175 did $26,427. That's Jennifer Howe. Pack 527 did $26,718. Amy Swaffield, and Amy's been doing it for a while. And then just killing it last year. Pack 494 did 65,477, and that was with Lauren Dowles. That's on total sales, but we also want to recognize sales per registered scout, because that does adjust for the size of your unit. So packs 527 did $742 with hold on, I gotta admit, Steiny, there we go. 527 did $742 per registered scout. That's with Amy Swaffield. Pack 777 did $767 per registered scout. That's Raymond Turner. Pack 48 did $1,020, and that's with Natasha Sacido. Pack 494 with did $1,056, and that was Lauren Dials again. And then Pack 175 did $1,321 per register scout, and that was with Jennifer Howe. Amazing numbers. And then percent of your registered scouts that actually had a sale. And so that is really how you marshaled your resources in your unit to actually participate in the sale. And Pack 311, 96% of scouts that were registered at June 30th of last year sold. And that was with Leanne Sappington. Pack 48, 100% calculation. That was Natasha Sacido. Then Pack 110, there were 3 that were actually calculated over 100%. So I just put over 100 because that just means that they really did do a great job. Pack 110 with Steiny Kakavas, over 100%. Pack 527 with Amy Swaffield, over 100%. And Pack 777 had the highest, over 100%, with Raymond Turner. Thank you so much, you guys, for those kind of results. Just as so we could talk about, you know, how as a council we did in total sales, excuse me. In 2021, we had 46 units selling. They sold a total of 290,527, or about $6,316 per unit average. In 2022, we had 38 units selling. They sold 322,183, or an average per unit of $8,479. And then in 2023, last year, we had 29 units selling. They sold $318,342, or on average $10,977 per unit. So the sales, what that tells us is the sales are out there, and if you participate as a unit, there's a pretty good chance you're going to do at least that number. So that's encouraging. The fact we need more units to participate, that's always true. Juan, did you have anything to add?
No, I really want to say that this year is going to be the year of reaching out to more units and really trying to get other units involved. The numbers don't lie. We are selling our product very well. We just need to get more people involved and be able to, you know, present this fundraising opportunity to units that haven't sold in the past, and really try to get them to see the benefits of popcorn and why fundraising with this, specifically with popcorn, can really be a great benefit to their unit.
Yes.
All right. So moving in. So why popcorn? Why do we want to choose popcorn, right? So first of all, for community support, popcorn boothing is one of the biggest public facing opportunities and sees more foot traffic than community events. You know, more people go to the grocery store than they do going once to a school event or a back to school night. You know, people go on a daily basis to these places, so we want to make sure that we're showing that scouting is out there, and by doing that, helping get more people to buy our popcorn. So people want to support scouting, and popcorn provides them that opportunity. Though they might not always buy a full bag of popcorn, they still want to support scouting in some way, so that we do also take donations and all that. Another one is a scout is thrifty. It encourages youth to earn their own way, and it helps them overcome their shyness by learning to talk to adults. I've seen it in the past before where I've seen a scout really shy and not very talkative, but once they get the opportunity to fund their scouting program, they learn a bunch of skills about how to approach people, how to sell their product, especially if they tasted the product, they know what they like. And, you know, it's nothing like being convinced by a child to buy a product because you know that they're not going to lie to you. And it teaches valuable life skills like salesmanship, speaking, goal setting, and teamwork. So it is also a healthy unit programming. Offsetting costs means higher potential for attendance at activities, unit campouts, district and council opportunities, which equals a better retention. So the more program opportunities you have for your unit, the longer our kids are going to stay in the program, and the less unit and opportunity to try different activities, trips, camps that may have been prohibitive in the past due to their ability to afford these places. You know, camping is not cheap. We saw that with the EB prices, you know, and with fundraising through Trails End and selling our popcorn, it can make a lot of these scouts camping opportunities a possibility and ensures them to be able to have that scouting program out there.
It's always great to have the resources to put on some great events and outings, to have nice equipment, and to be able to hold down your dues. Those are really good things. All right. So next we're going to talk about sales methods. We really have three. Our highest sales have historically come from storefront, which averages between 100
and 200. Want to move the slides or just keep it on the POP-lympics?
So is everybody see the sales method slides?
No, just the title.
Oh,
really?
Mine is showing the sales method slides. I'm sorry.
I think we're on Gary's slide maybe, or slide deck.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, I've always seen the slides at the beginning. Sorry, just the title I meant to say. I haven't seen the slide.
Oh, that's not good. All right, hold on a sec. Let me go back here. All right, I stopped sharing. So
maybe have Juan share if Juan wants to share it, so he's already on his slide deck.
yeah, maybe that could be the issue, but let's see. Okay, let me try this. Thank you for raising your hand on that. I mean, let's see if we can make this work. So you can see those change, right?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so that works. So if I put it in reading view, we should be able to also see it. Okay, so you see the title one, correct?
Yes,
Okay, now do you see the next one?
yes.
Oh, so now it's working. Wonderful. Okay. Well, that was the contact slide. And this was a slide that had the sign-on links, the separate ones for scouts, units, and consumers, which you will see this, and also the sort of recognition slides. Why popcorn? That's the one we just discussed. So does everybody see sales methods now?
I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right, sorry for that snafu. I don't know why that happened. All right, so again, our three main sales methods are storefront, wagon, and online. Wagon meaning taking the product door to door and selling it. Our historically highest sales have come from storefront, which had been averaging $1,000 to $200 per hour. Storefront is normally 2-hour shifts that scouts sign up for. It's kind of 2 hours is about the maximum for, especially for Cub Scouts, to be able to be out in front of a store and do this. So that's why they're 2-hour shifts. Scouts, you sell in front of in a high traffic area, usually at the entrance door at a store. And then Trails In actually contacts stores and gets permission for us to booth there, and that the actual time slots are put onto a system that you access and claim, and we have a schedule for that that'll come out later. But you could also, if there's a store that's not on the list, you can set up storefront for that particular store. But it's basically standing out with product, a display table, some signage, and your scout and a parent. You could also do more than one scout, but we encourage it to be a scout and 1 or 2 of their parents. That gives the scout higher sales. They don't have to split it. Just increases their particular sales and also tends to help them pay attention. And then wagon sales, that averages about $100 an hour, rough average. It's for if you're in a neighborhood where you know your neighbors fairly well, that makes it easier to take product around and sell it. And you can sell what you have, or if you ran out of that product, you can have you'll have an order sheet that you record your sales on, and you can record take orders where they order the product. You then go to your unit and get the product, go back to the house and actually deliver it. So you can also do take orders. And then one of the easiest ones, and it's gotten better and better every year, is online, where the scouts actually send emails out to friends and family and other prospective customers with a link. And the customer, if they choose, will click on the link. It'll take them to the Trails End website, where if they buy anything, it'll be credited to the scout as sales for the scout. Now, through that link to the website, the product is also shipped out to the customer. And depending on the dollar amount, there may or may not be a shipping cost involved also. But one of the good things is there are products on the website online that customers can get that we don't have, like beef jerky and caramel covered or chocolate covered caramels and things like that. So a little more product, but they may pay a little more to get them. But those are the main ones. Moving on. Juan?
All right, so here are some key dates and the timeline for this year's popcorn season. So starting with today is our official council popcorn kickoff. And then the next date will be May 31st, where our commitment deadline for the units to commit to selling popcorn. So yeah, that's coming up in about, give or take 10 days, I think it is. And then between the 31st and the sale beginning, you can sign up for webinars, download the Trails End app, and look at some of those short videos that are through Trails End that can help you. There's some training videos that are being provided through Trails End. Those are new videos, so that's some new content that Trails End is providing for all of our units that are engaged in popcorn sales. July 1st, just like last year, our online sales begin. And then July 22nd is our storefront claiming for everyone else. August 12th is the unit sales plan deadline. So that will, if you get your unit sale plan turn into your kernel, whether it's your kernel or your council person, send it to me, Gary, you will get a 2% commission raise off of your already baseline commission. August 19th is the initial order due on scouting.trailsend.com by 11:59 p.m. So this is where you put in your initial order so that September 5th through the 6th, you can have your order ready to be picked up either at the Alfred Mann Foundation or here at the council office. We will be looking for volunteers to kind of help sort out your popcorn. And if you do come and help sort out the popcorn, you get to take your popcorn that day. So September 30th is the last day to return full cases to the council office. November 11th is the final order due and the prize order is due. November 15th is the final payment due if you have any. And then November 30th is the final order distribution.
All right.
So we do have a different commission breakdown this year. As you can see, we're going to start off with a 32% base commission. We really wanted to make sure that the extra commission is attainable and easier to get this year, and hopefully it motivates the units to get this extra 3% commission. So you would get a 1% 1% commission if you submit your intent to sell. You know, your commitment tracker is completed by our May 31st deadline. So that'll automatically get you an extra 1% commission if you just commit before the 31st. And then you will get that extra 2% commission again by submitting your unit sales plan to the district or council kernel by August 12th. And then units meeting a $600 per registered scout as of June 30th, sales average at the end of the sale receive the full commission. So if all your scouts are averaging at about a $600 sales, you'll get your automatic full commission, which would be 35%. So hopefully this is a little bit simpler and less steps to follow, but it's good for units to kind of incentivize that extra 3% commission. So please do take advantage of it. I think it's worth getting as much of money as you can.
And just so you know, the reason we're making you do the review or submitting a unit sales plan is we're just another set of eyes to make sure that that the size of your initial order and your thought process is there so that everybody is successful. So moving on. So the 2024 product mix. I don't know if everybody remembers the large pack of the small bags of regular popcorn. That is no longer available. It didn't sell well last year. So that is not on our list, but salted caramel still is. They're continuing the s'mores flavor. Unbelievable butter is still there. White cheddar, I expect that to be one of the biggest sellers again this year. Popping corn, where the actual kernels that you pop, and then kettle corn. And you can see that with the distribution of price, the kettle corn is going to be our entry level at $15. And these are the same prices as last year, so they didn't raise them from last year. So a smaller group of product, but some of the better sellers are there. So I expect we'll be able to do the same with the same effort, doing the same sales or better this year than last year. All right. Okay. New for 2024. Everybody brace themselves. We're going to be accepting 100% returns of full cases, sealed or not sealed, as long as the product is in original condition, up to September 30th, but there won't be any returns after. So as long as the product is in good condition and it's a full case, we'll take it, whether it's opened or not opened. I hope that relieves some of the pain that some units had last year. We think that's very fair, and hopefully you do too. There's a new Trails End website provider, and that's one of the reasons that we gave back on our earlier slide the actual website links for everyone, because they're not the actual links not the same as the prior years. And so they've gone to a new provider. It actually doesn't look that different, but it is a little different. But your same sign-ons are going to work once you get to the sign-on banner, so you should be good there. If you have any problems, just get a hold of us. And Juan, you want to talk about Apple Pay, Google Pay?
So since Trails End is moving with the new website provider, they're linking up with Shopify. I know a lot of people that tend to buy things online know how to use Shopify, and they know that Apple and Google Pay is kind of the easiest way to get people to pay when they don't have their physical debit credit card. So that we are going to be accepting Apple Pay and the tapping. So that'll be great. I think it's going to really motivate a lot of people to help and not send people away just because there isn't that quick form of payment. So yeah, it should be a quicker and easier process to get payments through the app. Like I said earlier, Trails End is releasing new videos for scouts, parents, and leaders, and these are all training videos. They are geared for everyone to be able to kind of quick 2-3 minute videos and then quick information so that you guys can get them as soon as possible and really not have to sit through a bunch of old or long videos to get the information you need.
So, Juan?
All right, so the Trails End app and storefront scheduling, your easy keys to success. So the app is really the best way to use the Trails End. It handles the credit card payments, scheduling scouts for storefront, the goal tracking, and more. You can view the ranking in district, council, and nationally levels. The new website is focused on mobile friendly, so it should be a lot easier for everyone to navigate the new Trails End website, specifically because it was created specifically through phones and iPads, so that way it's a lot easier, it's a lot user friendly. Storefronts, Trails End books top retailers. Units get to claim storefront shifts, preloads the top selling units and the stores. So everything can be done through the Trails End app. And it's probably going to be easier to do it through the app rather than the desktop.
Yeah, and for new kernels, you basically are going to have all your parents download the app to their phone, and all the sales will be going through the app. All the booking of or claiming shifts by the scout will be done through the app, and they can see their sales results immediately through the app and where they are at on their points from their sales. So it's a very powerful tool. It links directly to all the information, immediately goes to your kernel page, which is on your computer. And so you get real-time updates of your inventory, your sales, and all the things you need to manage your the sale process. So it's a very powerful system. If you use it the way it was intended, it'll make your life a lot easier. So anyway, so let's move on then. Prizes and recognition. Trails End gives points for every sale, and actually credit card sales get a little extra points. And with those points, the scouts earn Amazon gift cards. So from Trails End, that's sort of the rewards directly to the scouts, right? And you know, the whole system that was devised that we talked about in the prior slide actually saves a ton of time. Prior to them instituting that system, everything we did was we had to do on spreadsheets, and it took a bunch of time. So it was a huge time saver, and it made it a lot easier for kernels to manage the sales process. Then the Western Los Angeles County Council, we have a top sellers party every year for the top 50 who sold at least $2,000. And then during the sale, we usually run special promotions just to motivate, help motivate the scouts. And you'll see those this year. And then you, at your unit level, can determine and fund your own unit prizes for your sellers, your top sellers, or basically use your imagination on it. So that's all good. And then, of course, the commission we already discussed on a previous slide, going to the unit. And that's at a maximum of 35% with the sales numbers we do. Can be a pretty hefty amount and really help you fund your program. Okay.
So now we're gonna look at the pre-sale planning, right? So like we talked about, complete the commit. So step one would be completing the commitment tracker by the deadline, which is May 31st. And then you will review last year's sale, what went well, what could improve, and then you would complete and submit a sales plan if needed, complete a case order helper. So that is then submitted to your colonel or the council colonel or Gary or me. And then you would set the date for and hold your unit popcorn kickoff. So this is where you get the buy-in from the scouts and the families, right? You want to create an excitement. You want to create excitement with unit level incentives, decorations, snacks, silly activities, but also have scouts commit to a goal and do some sales role playing. And then, you make it fun. This is where the theme really ties into everything, right? It's the POP-lympics. We want to make it fun, make it exciting, and really kind of amp up that friendly competition within even our own scouts. And then you want to schedule storefront slots, enter or update your unit's bank account information on your kernel page to ensure that the quick electronic commission transfers. Trails End does take those. So like if you owe popcorn, right? Trails End would take the money that you owe, and then you don't have to worry about having to pay the council because it pays it for you with your funds that you have collected. And then you prepare and distribute to parents a list of activities for popcorn sales, which will fund the support required. So this is where you create a list of like all the campouts that you want to do. You want to go to Emerald Bay. If you're trying to go to other places, this is where you create that list so that parents and scouts can see where their money is going to go to and motivate them to really start trying to fund that. And then you would complete your initial order through the Trails End leader page. And then that's when we get your order and then we fulfill that.
Okay. And then during the sale, items, manage your inventory, and we're going to go into that in more detail on the next slide. Make sure you recognize your top sellers at every unit meeting during the sale. And I think that's important because you're a cheerleader, and the more you cheerleader, the better results you're going to get. Manage scouts signing up for storefront shifts. So on your leader page, you're going to see what shifts have been claimed. And if you have some open shifts you want to make that are coming up in the future, usually the weekend, you want to make sure during the week at your unit meeting that you get that you encourage scouts to sign up for those open shifts. With your treasurer, ensure that you get your any cash that and checks that you get for sales that they get deposited on a timely basis, and that you have a separate accounting for that those deposits, because those deposits plus anything you would get in a check from or deposit directly from Trails End or the council, that in combination should be equal to your commission at the end of the sale. So you want to make sure that you have a separate accounting for those funds. Make your unit's mid-sale payment, which is in October, if you have any. If you do mostly credit card sales, which those funds go directly to Trails End, and you do a reasonable amount of online, you may not have a mid-sale payment at all. But whether you have one or not is on your dashboard of your Trails End leader page. In the upper left-hand side, it'll tell you if you owe council anything. So So you, obviously you'll see that and know, as you go through the sale. But you would actually look at that several days before the mid-sale payment deadline, to know whether you would have a payment or not. Again, I think last year most units did not have a payment due for mid-sale. And at the end, cheerlead at every opportunity you can. Again, at every unit meeting, get up there and recognize those sellers, top sellers, and you can have during the sale your own little, top seller gets a candy bar, something like that. Something really simple, but would get the scouts excited. So let's talk about managing inventory. You have your initial order that you'll be ordering for storefronts and wagon sales, and that's the one that you'll order in August. And then besides that, the council office is going to order inventory, and that inventory is going to be available for you as you sell through the inventory that you have, because you may find that there are certain products that you received in your initial order that you are blowing out, and you've decided that you want to get more of that particular product, and then you would contact the council office and arrange for going there and picking up some of that extra product. That you also fill out paperwork there, and that paperwork is used to update your inventory on your leader page. But how would you know? How do you know whether you need more of a particular product? Well, I'm saying approximately after 3 weeks of selling, that you look at how much of each product that you have sold and how many sales days you've had, and divide it out. So for each product, your sales divided by the number of sales days, and then we're talking about the number of product when I say sales. So maybe the units that you've sold, I better say that. Units you're sold divided by the number of sales days gives you an average unit sold per sales day. And then look at how many sales days do I have left, and just take that amount times the remaining sales days, right? And that tells you roughly how much product you need to finish the sale with. And then look at your inventory of that product and see if you have enough, or maybe you have too much. And then make that adjustment. And if you do this several times through the sales, you can actually effectively manage your inventory. The goal is to have 0 at the end of the sale, no product remaining. I did it for 5 years when I was previously the popcorn kernel. I know it's very possible to do. You just got to take a look at this during the sale, and you'll be able to manage it too. So that's part of it. Now, returns, as we've already said, returns may be made up to 100% of what you got, as long as they're full cases. Doesn't matter if they're opened or not, and the product's in good condition up to September 30th. But after that, the council's not taking any returns back. What are your other avenues to manage your inventory other than the council office inventory? That would be contacting other units to transfer inventory in or out with them. And how do you contact them? the Trails End Facebook page, and also you can do a reply all to one of my weekly popcorn results emails that I put out usually every Sunday or Monday. And do a reply all and say what you have, that you need a certain product, or that you have extra cases or whatever of a product that you need to get rid of. And that's going to be, that email base is going to be pretty much everybody that's selling. So that's going to give an opportunity to directly message them. Towards your last storefront selling days, and this has worked every time for my group, you're down to your last group or product. Tell your customer that once you sell what you have there, you're done for the year. We've had customers come up and buy all the remaining product. We've had just people, it I don't know, it makes them feel good inside in the end to help us do it, but it actually works, which is, whatever works, let's do it, right? And then final order, right? So you have your initial order in August, you have the council office and other units to manage your inventory, and then in the end, in November, if there's some product that you still need to fill some take orders where the customer ordered something but you didn't have that product, right? There will be a final order that you do by November 11th, and that order, unlike the initial order, which is by cases only, the final order will be by individual product. So you'll be able to fulfill those individual small product orders. Okay.
All right.
Wrapping
So
up
wrapping up the
line.
sale. So to wrap up the sale, we want to reconcile the scouts totals in the app, make sure everything looks correct. You will enter the final order in the Trails and Leader page by the deadline. The deadline was previously stated. And then when received, you would distribute the final order of popcorn to the scouts for delivery to take the order customers. You would pay your units popcorn invoice remainder, if any, by deadline. So like we talked about, most of the time, if the money is in your Trails End, then they would take that out and you don't even have to pay the council because it's done for you. So you would approve prices, you would review and confirm the scouts reward levels by the deadline. Please get in all of the prizes by the deadlines. We want to make sure that everyone gets their stuff on time and no one misses out on a prize that they could have gotten. And then you would hold a popcorn celebration party to distribute prizes, thank the scouts, parents for their job well done. So, and that is on the unit to hold these celebrations, but make it fun, make it Olympic theme, the POP-lympics theme. A bunch of little prizes can be a great thing. Pizza parties are often, great. Just, wrap up the sale on a good note. That way everyone is happy and then they're excited to start with popcorn on the next year.
That's right. All right. Before we start into questions, we will be, I want to make sure everybody gets their extra commission. So we will send out an email to everyone that's on the distribution list with the commitment link and our Excel based sales plan form. So you will have the tools right there given to you. It's just a matter of whether you take advantage. Those same things will also be on the AACC Popcorn website also. So we're opening it up to questions now. Anyone? Just go ahead and speak up.
I actually have a question. So I just want a little bit of clarification about the where it says on the key sale dates and timeline. It says the storefront claiming. It means like so you're not actually starting to sell in the front of the store on July 22nd. You're just claiming the storefront.
Yes, so you go into your leader page, and as a leader, you claim blocks of time at a store, and then you can, from your leader page, you release those blocks of time to your to the scouts in your unit, and they can go on there, go through the Trails End app and actually claim a 2-hour shift or shifts. But there's a process, and I'm going to let Juan talk about it, of the July claiming. We're going to have our top selling units be able to claim I think it's 4 shifts initially. But go ahead, Juan. Do you happen to have that up?
So yes, give me 1 second. So the top selling units that have sold, I think it is, give me 1 second, that have sold over $20,000 actually get to claim 4 storefront reservations on July 20th. And then on July 21st, any units that have sold over $15,000 get to claim 3 storefronts. And then July 22nd, anyone that has sold over $10,000 gets to claim 2 storefront reservations. And then July 23rd, everyone, it's open to all units, and you can claim unlimited storefront hours. So it is it's good for those units that have sold more so that they can get those prime spots, but we also don't want to not let other units get those prime spots in time. So that's going to be on there as well.
Got it. So
Did we go ahead?
oh, sorry. Yeah, no, I just wanted to understand. So basically, the sale is beginning on July 1st for the online sales that you're referring to, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay, got it. So and then basically we so the first pickup order, like the actual physical order, because I was confused. How do we like sell in the front of the stores if we don't actually have the product? So that's why I was
Yeah.
like, so basically the store front line is gonna start after the initial order, right?
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure to understand this right. I'm not from here, so that's
It's okay.
Yeah,
like
the usually the first storefront shifts are either the first or second weekend of September, depending on when we actually get the product. It's scheduled this year that you'll be able to do it the first weekend of September, because the product is coming in on the Thursday before that first weekend. And if you go and work the delivery to unload the product, you'll be able to take your product on Thursday if you have that ability. Otherwise, we will have, if you don't do that, there will be pickup on that Friday. So technically, you'd be able to do storefront shifts that first weekend, Saturday and Sunday in
got
September.
it. Thank you so much for the clarification.
Yeah. Yes, Chari?
What time does the claiming of the storefronts open on the 22nd? Is it like midnight or like 8 a.m. or something?
You know what? I don't know the answer to that. Do you want? If not, like, we're gonna send out so we're not just telling you here and then that's it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
There'll be emails going out telling you about it. So ahead of time.
And it's funny because I don't think we've ever had anyone ask the time that it's done. So
I love that.
so I'm assuming it's gonna be like maybe regular working hours from like maybe 6 a.m., but we'll confirm with that.
Okay. Thank
I'm
you.
ready.
Last year
Yeah,
it was
no,
like
thank you.
8 a.m. in the morning.
8 a.m. maybe.
Yeah, last year I just remember making sure that I had to log in to get in. I think it was like around 8 or 9.
Okay.
Thank you.
And I'll confirm with Braden, our Trails End rep. But yeah, so it's most likely going to be around 8 to 9 a.m.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you're a new colonel, you've never done it before, and you don't yet have access to your Trails End leader, your unit's Trails End leader page, let us know right away, because you need to get that access right away. You need
Okay.
that access because you do everything through that
Yeah.
page pretty much.
Okay.
Other questions?
I have a quick question, Gary.
Yes, Natasha.
When is the website going to be updated with the 2024 forms?
So I have an appointment with our marketing person tomorrow. So I'm hoping by Tuesday everything is up to date. And
Perfect.
the video will also be on there, this recorded call.
Perfect. Thank you.
Of course.
Good question. Other questions? I will say again, I'm going to harp on new colonels. If you're a new colonel, I strongly suggest that you shoot me an email at gkealey55@sbcglobal.net, and let's have a separate meeting and talk about your sale. You could also do it with Juan, and you could also do it with your district colonel. But if you're a new colonel, I don't want you to feel lost or abandoned in any way. I want you to have lots of support. And so contact us. You know, the whole list of contact was like the second slide of this presentation. And we will definitely support you in any way we can. Any other questions? Or comments? Comments too. Always good. All right. Juan, do you have anything else you'd like to
I just want
impart?
to say thank you to everyone for coming and showing up to today's meeting. I know that on a Sunday at 2 p.m. it can kind of get a little bit tricky to attend, so I'm really glad that everyone was here. Like Gary said, we're all in this together. We got this. Gary and I are a resource. Please use us. We are your guys' key to success. And I will be asking a lot of you guys what your plans are, how you guys do things, because I'm really curious to see how it is on the field. This is going to be my 3rd year in popcorn sales, my 1st year being staff advisor. So I really want to make sure that I can get all the information I can so that for new units selling, I provide that information to everyone else. You know, we're here as a network thing, and I want to make sure that we're helping each other out. And I really want to say thank you to everyone for showing up, and it's going to be a good year. I love our theme. I'm excited to see what our, some of our things are going to look like in the future. And I'm excited for you guys to see everything.
And just remember, the public still supports scouting. They still do. After COVID, we did some of the biggest storefront days I ever saw. There were $1,000 and $1,200 storefront days. And that's up from a previous average of like 800. So, and that's doing 5 2-hour shifts in a day, right? So, still the opportunity is there. The opportunity is definitely there. If you use the app and follow the steps you need to do, you will be successful. I mean, that's my experience, and I wish that on everyone. So thank you very much for joining. Like Juan said, we really appreciate it. You bring huge value to your units by providing this. Popcorn is the biggest fundraiser. I don't know of any fundraiser that's larger than popcorn with the benefits it brings, because it's what we're known for. So take advantage of the opportunity, and let's really have a successful 2024 popcorn sale.
Awesome.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone, for
Thank
showing up.
you.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Thank you, Juan.
Everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Bye. All right, I'm going to stop recording.
Sounds good.